So, one of the things I've definitely been neglecting so far this year is my lawn. Look at this part. This part's all gone a bit... It's not very happy at all. It's got bits of insulation from the mouse, and it's a bit dead here and there. It's not dead, it's just not very happy. Then over here, nice thick and green. This is the best part. There's a bit of paint on there, but other than that. So, last year I kept up with this really nicely last year, but this year I haven't really had a chance to yet, so we need to take care of that. There's another storm coming over. There's my mower. I need to go and find a battery for it. So, there we go, that one's fully charged, so let's get a battery going and let's go and get this lawn cut before that pisses down again. Looks like we're going to be cutting it in the rain, because it's raining right now as we speak. I've had to abort just for a minute because it was really raining. You can see, look at the rain on the neighbour's window there. That's the neighbour's window. It's really pissing down. But the way I always start, just in case some of you are curious, I always go around the edges first with a strimmer. Some people cut the main body of the lawn first and then go around the edges, whereas I like to go around the edges, all the way around the edges first, because then when you cut it, you're also going to be cutting up any of the any of the grass that you've cut off with the strimmer, and you're going to be cutting up any of the debris, I suppose. Whereas if you, because I've worked with people before when I was doing the gardening or when I was a greenkeeper, what they would do is they would go and cut the main body of the grass, and then they'd go around with the strimmer. But then of course you've got bits of long grass laying on top of the bit that you've just cut, so then you've got to go and rake it up, or you've got to blow it off with a blower, or just leave it, but then that looks untidy. So I always go around the edges first, and then when I come along with the mower, then I mow all the long bits that I've just cut off, and that's that sorted. Anyway, looks like the rain's stopped now for the time being, so let's quickly go and get this bit cut before it, and then I'll have a bit of a tidy up, but we'll sort that out later. Well, I got absolutely soaked, and so did the mower, so hopefully it'll be alright. It should be. But I got it all cut. What I'm going to do is I've got some of that stuff actually. Got some left over, so I've put it on already. That's why there's some black spots. If you see over there, there's a few black spots, because what happens is the grass goes a bit black before it starts to green up. So I put it on a few days ago actually, and that'll start to green up soon. That will start to go green. That's a bit of a soft spot there. It goes a bit boggy really, and not a soft spot, a low spot. I mean, it goes a bit boggy really when it rains a lot. But never mind. So we'll have a nice thick. Hopefully that bit will be like this bit in a few days' time. But I needed to get it cut because it was getting overdue. You shouldn't really cut any more than a third off of the top of it really, because the more grass you've got, I want to cut it as high as possible, because the more grass you've got showing, the more photosynthesis, whatever it is, the more it can do. Yeah, because you want a nice big fat leaf showing at the top, and the root at the bottom will be needs to be, the shorter the shorter the leaf, the shorter the root, right? The longer the leaf, the longer the root. Obviously, the longer the root, the more water it's going to get, the more healthier it is as well. So you want a nice long leaf, big fat leaf at the top to get the sun, and you want a nice long root at the bottom to suck up all the nutrients. That's what you want. Yeah, so you have your grass as long as possible. Yeah, that's how you keep it nice and healthy. I know you can have it short and it's still green, fair enough, but whatever. That's what you do. So, little tip for some of you. Now, I've got one other little job that I need to take care of, and for that, I've lost one of my favourite spanners. One of my favourite spanners was one exactly the same as this, but slightly different, if that makes sense. A little spanner like that, perfect for doing everything. You know, doing terminals on batteries, doing just everything, because it's an 8mm on one side, and I forget what the other side is now, but it's an 8mm on one side and something on the other, but I can't find it anywhere. I'm really hoping I haven't left it on the dash on the engine or something somewhere, and I've lost it. I've driven off and lost it, because that would be an absolute nightmare. Not only is it a really handy spanner, but it's about 30 or 40 years old, same as this one. But I've got another one, you know what I mean? Well, I had another one. Can't find it anywhere. I'm so gutted, man. So gutted. All these spanners are really old. Anyway, got another little job to take care of. Let's go and have a look, see if we can fix it. Now, can you lot see my diesel gauge is reading 1 bar gone? You know, like, well, it's missing a bar. There should be another one of those little bars there. Now, some would say, oh, well, that's just because you've used a bit of diesel. That's why. Well, I haven't, right? I've got a full tank, because I know that, because I put it in, well, 21 miles ago. But it'll still be a full tank. And it was showing that when I put it in. I brimmed it right to the top. Right to the very top. It was coming out the top of it. It wouldn't go in no more. Now, there's a little fix for that. It's happened a couple of times on these vans. It's a Renault Traffic. It's happened a couple of times. And what I did the first time was I took the dash out and unplugged it and plugged it back in and it fixed it. But I thought to myself, why don't I just take the battery off? Same thing. And the last couple of times I've just disconnected the battery, put the battery back, and Bob's your uncle, there we go. So hopefully that might work for other cars as well. That might be a little bit of advice for you, but it definitely works on this van. Well, I'm hoping it's going to work this time as well. So let's have a look now. Let's hopefully it does work this time as well. The trouble is, when you're me and you put a carpet in your van and a load of other stuff, you have to take all this up. But in the van it's alright because the battery's here. Well, it's actually probably more hassle the battery being here than it would be if the battery was under the bonnet, but there we go. It's quite handy really, because if it was under the bonnet it'd probably be all compact, because it's all so compact under that bloody bonnet. Anyway, right, let's have a look then. Oh, you lot can't see, can you? Hold on, let me readjust. Right, here's a battery. I probably should turn the ignition key off first, because I don't want to blow any fuses or any nuisance things like that. Oh dear. Dear oh dear. Bloody nuisance. That's it. Negative is off. All power should be gone. Give it a few seconds. God. Slip off the side of the step at the same time and nearly die. My foot slipped off the side of the step. It's pissing down out there again now. It's absolutely pissing down out there now. Right. Right, let's see if he's fixed it. Right then, let's turn on the ignition. Get bloody window uppers. There we go. Full tank. Back to having a full tank again. You'll obviously lose your trip mileage, but it goes without saying, you won't lose your overall mileage. All level correct, hopefully, still says that. So that's one little job done off the list. Let me just show you. See, look, you lose your trip mileage, but you won't lose your overall mileage. That should go without saying. 209,100 miles on my one. Let's see what's on your one. But I've got a full tank of diesel again now, so that's reading correct again. Simply just disconnecting the battery. I don't know why it does it. It just needs to be reset every now and again. So that's one little job off the list. Now let's go and see what else we can tick off the list. Look at that bastard. Look at that. Do you know what that is, you lot? That's a caterpillar. I don't know what sort of caterpillar, but a bloody annoying caterpillar. Do you know why? I'll show you why. And it ain't down just to that particular one. They're everywhere. Let me show you why. They're bastards. These are my apple trees. Luckily they're growing alright again now. They're starting to recover. But they've been well and truly nibbled. That one's recovering nicely. So is this one. Still nibbled though. Well, that one's starting to grow alright. But those caterpillars were eating the hell out of it. Look, all over the bush. They are. Yeah, but that one's actually eating the leaf right now as we speak. He's actually... Look at that. I'm like David Attenborough. They eat bloody quick, didn't they? How close can I get? Bloody hell. That one's got water on him, but it's just finished raining. I don't know what to say. They're absolutely everywhere. Eating the whole bush. This side of the bush is worst off. Look, little baby ones. Look at all the holes in those leaves. That's why those are bastards. That one's actively eating a bit of leaf and all that. Unbelievable. Don't forget, you lot, if you want to win this T800, then all you got to do is subscribe. The end of the giveaway is on the 20th, or not 20, is at the end of July. Well, whatever that be, a 30th or 31st or 29th. I don't know what date the end of July is, but it'll be the end of July 2019. That's when I'll stop it, and a few days after I'll give out the winner, and I'll post it off. Now, I did need to mention something about this. As you will see, it's UK and EU channels, which I said it's a worldwide giveaway. Now, obviously that's on UK FM CB channels and the European CB channels, yeah? 140 and all that. If you're in America, I know a lot of you seem to use AM and all that, which you can get AM on it, but it'll be, you know, it'll have UK 40 on it and everything like that. So you can still use it, and well, I think you can. I don't think it's illegal in America and Canada and all them other places. I'm not sure off the top of my head, I can't remember at the minute. But just letting you know, obviously it's a UK and EU radio. Probably could change it, it's probably got other frequencies in it. I haven't really read up on it, actually, to tell you the truth. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that. But it is worldwide, anywhere in the world you can win it if you're subscribed. So stay tuned for that. Really good, really appreciating you lot. There's a common myth about grass, and they say that you can't cut it while it's raining or after it's rained. Well, that's a load of rubbish, because you know, there's no reason why you can't cut your grass after it's rained, or even in the rain like I just did. As long as you've got a nice sharp blade, and if my camera will focus, it won't do any damage to the grass if you've got a nice sharp blade. And you know, what it will do, if you're collecting, it will make the grass sticky, and it will stick. It won't really collect as well, and it will stick underneath your mower and everything. But there's no reason why you can't cut the grass after it's rained while it's wet. Yes, not ideal really. You know, if you can wait to cut it when it's dry, then wait and cut it when it's dry. But you can cut it in the wet. There's no reason why not. You know, if you want to think about it, on a golf course, the grass has to be tip top. But you cut that in the rain. You don't stop because of rain with that, and the grass is still tip top. You know, grass is still good. There's no reason why you can't cut your grass in your garden after it's rained. So the next time when someone goes, I really need to cut the grass, but it's rained, and you can't cut it after it's rained because it's bad for the grass. Rubbish. They're just being lazy. There's a chap, right? It's called 128 Antennas. How you doing there, dude? If you're watching this, I think you do watch my videos. hopefully with any luck, yeah, at some point, because he's making antennas, with any luck we'll have some antennas here to test, right? I'm excited about this because I love antennas and everything, and I love experimenting with them, and I love testing them, I love setting everything up. When it comes to radio, CB and ham and all that, I'm more of an equipment person. I like the radios, I like antennas, and I love talking on the radio and listening on the radio, but not as much. You know what I mean? I like the getting the equipment. I like the equipment, the radios and everything. I like setting it all up, putting it all nice, putting the antenna up, tuning it all in, setting the VSWR, doing all that kind of stuff, getting it in the optimal position and everything, getting it so it works optimally, having a couple of contacts, getting really good reports. I won't stop until I get really good reports from everybody, and then I kind of just want to do it all over again. That's why I change everything so much. Whereas a lot of people, they tend to get everything setting up pretty good, then they leave it, then they just go and talk to people. I like to set everything up nicely, and then once it's optimal, I'll talk a bit, I'll have it like that for a little while, then I want to change it. So I'll get a different antenna, or I'll put the antenna in a different place, put it higher, change the coax, see if that makes a difference. I like that sort of thing. So with any luck, hopefully this year, hopefully, I don't know when he's going to make them, he's making antennas, see? So we'll have some here, hopefully, to test different types of antennas and things that he's made. That's going to be quality. Can't wait, dude. Can't wait, mate. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I've got a couple of little jobs done. I don't know what happened. I can't remember what I did now. I did the van and all that, didn't I? Yeah. But I've just come back from Devon, and I filmed a lot while I was out there. I did a lot of filming while I was out there. Well, over there. I'm out there. I was down there. Down there. Devon is down to me. Devon is down. Did a lot of filming while I was down there. So I'm going to go indoors now. What's the time? Yeah, it's gone 7 o'clock in the evening now. Friday evening. So I did a lot of filming, so I'm going to go and try and edit some videos together and see what I can come up with, because I just kind of filmed everything willy-nilly, you know what I mean? Filmed a bit of the beach and some stuff and went some places and all that rubbish. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Hopefully I can get 1 or 2 videos out of footage. So I'm going to go and look through it all, find out what I've got, and hopefully make a couple of videos. It's going to take me a good few days, I think, to go through it all and make a few videos out of it. But anyway, hopefully some of it will be interesting to you. So I just had to get the little jobs off my mind. You know what it's like when you've got a couple of jobs like cutting the grass and sorting out the diesel gauge on the van and all that. It's jobs that are in your head and you think, I must do them. You know, I've got to do that because it's bugging me. There's simple little jobs, take a couple of minutes, but I'm putting them off. Why am I putting them off? So I just went and done them, and took you lot with me because I thought you might want to see how to cut grass, and I thought you might, that van, the diesel gauge, I thought might come in handy for some of you lot. That's why I showed you lot that. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one, dudes. Take care. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing, and enjoy your day.